Alrighty, so it is time for the early 2024 installment of the best teams within Dokkan Battle. As of I am recording this, it is February 24th, 2024. We just got the Year 6 LR EZAs, so we kind of have a shaping of what the game is going to look like heading into the post-Annie period, barring a unexpected EZA of, like, say, some other units that could be in, like, a potential Part EX or something like that, but I feel pretty confident in this list, and I don't think much is going to change kind of going forward. So without further ado, let's kind of start with the basic stuff. First and foremost, obviously, my opinion derives from my experience playing the game and stuff like that. And one disclaimer, I'm sure that most of you experienced players will know right off the bat, one team just gaps the entire game, and it's not really particularly close right now. So we just have to keep that in mind as we go through this video, that we have just one team that stands out way above the rest, and then that leader skill kind of bleeds into some of the other categories, but the leader skill that you know who has is not going to dictate that team overall. It's not going to put it above anything else. It's just mainly going to tie into that one team. So if you're a newer, stick around. Hope you enjoy the video, and let's get started. So the first team I have on this list is the Power Beyond Super Saiyan team. Now this team has a very high ceiling, but there is some inconsistencies in it, in my opinion, and you just really can't kind of get everything out of it unless you blend it with another leader skill. If we're just looking at the pure team, I think there's some holes, but it's not the worst team I've ever seen, right? So what you obviously would want to do is primarily run the Blue Boys as your leader, and you can also run Broly and the 9-year LR Broly and Gogeta on this team. You could run Evolution Blue Vegeta as a mainstay on this team. You would also have the Blue Boys from the Tournament of Power on this team. Then you could kind of play it by ear for the rest. So like that's the core 5, right? And then the 6th spot is kind of like an honorable mention, or not even an honorable mention, but it's just based on your situation. Do you want to run Super Saiyan 4 Goku? Do you want to run the Buu duo? Do you want to run the LR Super Saiyan 4s? Do you want to run one of the 5-year units? Do you want to run AGL Gohan? That's what it really comes down to, in my opinion. You also have the Super Saiyan 3 Goku over on JP when he comes out for whenever the New Year celebration unit comes to global. He will be available for you along with Hirudegarn, but that's not the point. That's not important in this video. You have like Limit Breaker Vegito if you want to run more of like a grade 8 power version of this team alongside the Blue Boys. You have units like God Goku, you have units like Kale, we have units like Super Trunks. There's a lot of different options on this team who are just okay, that also can kind of like push to a situational need that you would have, right? Super Trunks has kind of aged well with his Ghost Usher, because there's a lot of times where you need to get rid of the enemy's attacks, especially in this harder content in today's day and age. So I'd say the Power Beyond Super Saiyan team is pretty damn good. But it would not crack the top of the list, unfortunately. So the next team I have, I might move up. Yeah, I'm gonna move it up. So Future Saga is the next team I have on this list, and this is a very top-heavy team. You could probably argue, honestly, that Power Beyond Super Saiyan is better than this team. Yeah. Now that I look at it, yeah. Okay, Future Saga is gonna be it's gonna be worse than that. So what you would want to obviously want to do is run Future Gohan, Sword of Hope Carnival Trunks, and you would want to run Zamasu with like the global first Rosé that came out. That's not going to be in here. You have Vegeta and Trunks, who are still very good. The androids have aged well with their Ghost Usher. Future Gohan is still decent wherever he is on this list. Where are you? You're right here. You have Super Trunks. You've got Rosé. You got Tech Vegito Blue, the Merge Zamasus, the Blue Boys. This team is really good, but I would say that the other teams above it are better. Honestly, now that I kind of look at this team, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to move them down. So Power Beyond Super Saiyan's above that, but above Power Beyond Super Saiyan, we had Battle of Fate. And where this ties in really nicely is the fact that we have the Blue Boys. So you would be able to run the Blue Boys, and you'd be able to mix together Power Beyond Super Saiyan as well as Battle of Fate. So I think there's a couple units that stick out right away. I don't know. Tell me if you can spy with your little eye what unit jumps off the page here to you. And that's right. Int Namek Goku. You can run Int Namek Goku on this team. I almost stole the quest mode joke, but I'm not going to. Int Namek Goku, he's a stud. No, but Beast Gohan, obviously if you can run Beast Gohan on a team, it is a must run. You don't talk about it, you don't think about it, you just do it. Beast Gohan's on the team. You have the Gammas, you have Sword of Hope Carnival Trunks, you have Orange Piccolo, we have Golden Frieza if you need short-term damage reduction, we have the GT Duo if you need a bailout revival, we have AGL UI Goku, who's obviously a beast now. That EZA is incredible. We have the 5-year Fusion Vegito. Anybody else in here that stands out? TURs, you have this version of 23rd World Tournament Goku. Spoiler alert, he's on the list later. Physical God Goku is still very good. A lot of different options on this team, and I'd say all in all, it is pretty well rounded to the point where it's like, if you have Beast Gohan, it automatically gives you points, but in this case, I'm going to move it down a little bit compared to the next team, which is Powerful Comeback. Now, Powerful Comeback. This is like the same situation where I think Battle of Fate is better. Yeah. Power of Revival. Powerful comeback. Why I like this team a lot is it just has a really solid core. You have the 6-year Easy Ace, you have Gogeta Blue, you have the GT Duo, you have Orange Piccolo, you have the 5-year, or the Tanabata unit, the Blue Boys, what we call them, right? You have STR-UI Goku, you have the 5-year Easy A, you have this Gohan and Piccolo, who's very good with this Piccolo, you have 23rd World Tournament Goku, you have Tech Ultimate Gohan, memes aside, probably, his Easy A is inevitable, right? He is coming up on 3.5 years old, so his Easy A is gonna happen eventually, and he'll probably fit right in on this team. So the top end power of this team is why I have it above but right below Battle of Fate, because of Beast Gohan alone is why I have Battle of Fate above, and then we would have Power of Revival right below that. But this team is very top heavy, right? You look at these two, who are like 2 of the 4 best units in the game right here. You have Orange Piccolo, who's right there as like one of the best units in the game. You have Gogeta Blue, who's top 5. You have the GT Duo. You have these guys. This is just an all-in-all solid team with the top core, but the problem is it's just not as, like, it doesn't have as many options as like Battle of Fate does. So the next one I feel very confident about, and that is Bond of Parent and Child, which I like a lot, because Trunks and Vegeta are starting to see their fall off, right? And by that, I mean they're, you know, kind of out of the top 10 at this point. Still a very, very good unit, right? Still phenomenal, but just kind of has seen better days at this point. So this is the team I have at 4th, and just because what makes this team so good is just the amount of versatility that it has. But where I think you're really lacking is you're missing a unit like Piccolo. Orange Piccolo, lack of Orange Piccolo on this team is really going to mess you up with some of the later content where there's AoEs that are doing so much damage at this point, right? I think when you're really missing that, it does make a difference. So it's like Bond of Parent and Child. Say you want to run 2 of these. You run him, you run Beast Gohan, you can run Future Gohan, you can run the Blue Boys. I think why I have this team above Battle of Fate is the versatility, but why I like maybe Battle of Fate might be a little bit more practical is the fact that you have Orange Piccolo. I think that's really what it comes down to when I'm looking at this, but all in all, I do think I like just the versatility of this category. You can go for more of a Vegeta family based run, you can go for more of a Goku family based setup, you can go for a Join Forces version, you can go for the more superhero type of route. You'd just be missing Piccolo. So, and keep in mind, you can also throw Future Saga units on this, right? So you could run like the Tech Merge Zamasu with the physical Rose when he comes out on JP. There's just a lot that you could do with this team, and there's just so many different kind of options between like who you can use, and I think that's why I like this team a lot. If you have Trunks and Vegeta and you are a newer player, that is like one of the biggest godsends you could have for a leader skill, and I'm not going to come down from that point. So coming in at number 3, I have Earthbred Fighters. Now, Earthbred Fighters, where this unit kind of doesn't really fall off, where it kind of runs into a bit of a problem, and honestly, I keep like looking at these and I keep thinking I want to rework them. But no, I'm gonna stay true to my guns here. You have this 23rd World Tournament Goku, who is phenomenal, right? You have Beast Gohan, you have Bulma, you have Piccolo, you have Ultimate Gohan, you have Future Gohan. You look further, we come down here, we have AGL UI Goku, who's so phenomenal. You have STR UI Goku. The only thing that this team is really missing is the presence of Vegeta, right? Because Vegeta is in a lot of some of these good units, and you're also missing out on like fusions and stuff like that, again, because of Vegeta. So it's like, maybe you could move this down a few notches, but all in all, I think just how well-rounded this team is and the amount of top-tier options, it's like you have this guy, Bulma, and it's like you just look at all these top-tier LRs that are in the game right here, and you're looking at a pretty well-rounded range, right? So all in all, I'd say this is a really good team too, because I think what makes a team good is how, like, if a team has 6 options, like, that's cool, but I think what makes this team also good is how appealing it is to just like any type of box, right? Where it's like some of these teams, like especially the team we're going to look at last, is like almost all Dokkan Fest LRs. So it's like, yeah, that team is the best team in the game, but it also, you have to have all the units for it to be the best team in the game, right? And with this team, there's a little bit more flexibility, and it's the same thing with Bond of Parent and Child. And I think that is important when looking at the category, not just how effective it is in the hardest fight when it comes to looking at these. So that is kind of the evaluation lens that I'm going through here. But then the same thing can't be said about the team above it. This is the Movie Heroes team. I think the Movie Heroes team right now, with just how many options you have, is insane, right? You have a pure 200% with Gogeta Blue. You have Beast Gohan. You have the Gammas. You have Ultimate Gohan. You have Orange Piccolo. You look here, you have the New Year's Goku. You have the Gammas. You've got the 5-year fusion. And honestly, again, you have God Goku, Pat the Power Kid Goku, Hachan, the individual TUR Gammas that go crazy with the other Gamma, with the Gammas LR. I think all in all, just like I said, with Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo as like a primary rotation and then some setup of the Gammas, you just have a crazy, crazy setup, right? And it's just because all of like the best units right now are just happen to be superheroes and movie heroes. And that is why this team, to me, is number 2. I think you could argue the Earthbred Fighters is a bit above it, but I do like the kind of well-roundedness and top-heavy aspect of the Movie Heroes team a bit, just because of how good the best units are compared to some of the other teams. So Movie Heroes, I think right now, honestly, do I like Warrior? I don't know. Probably. No, because I like having Gogeta on the team. Yeah. This team having Gogeta and having the Gammas compared to this team who does not have Gogeta and the Gammas, that's why I would have these guys at 2. Because they just have a lot of the best units in the game, right? One thing this team is missing is the presence of like the 6-year EZAs and stuff like that. But guess what? The next team, they have us covered. You guys all knew what it was going to be. Super Heroes, best team in the game by far. I could almost end the video and not talk about it, but I will at least elaborate, right? I'll kind of give explanations as we go. So Double Beast Gohan or Double Gammas, I would say Double Beast Gohan is probably the optimal way to run this, gives you some flexibility because Entrusted Will and Bond Master and Disciple gives you access to a few units that you usually would be missing, right? This gives us options to Future Gohan because Future Gohan is on this team because of this Beast Gohan's leader skill. You could do Battle of Wits and run like any potential Vegetos or Trunks options with this because you would have superheroes, right? You have this Ultimate Gohan who's got hybrid Saiyans, right? But if you're just running the Beast team, look at how many of the best units in the game right now are on superheroes. I count 1 of the best units in the game, 2, 3, 4, where is it? 5, 6, 7. You could even count this guy, like 8. And this isn't like an individual ranking, but like 8 of the best units in the game right there, just right there for free. You have the Gamma TURs who link up very well with the Gammas. You have the Int 17 and 18 who look very good with the Universe Reps teams now, or the Reps of U7 team. You have this Krillin and 18 who are very good. You have the 5-year fusions. You have the LR Gods who are like okay, right? You have Super Sword of Hope Trunks. You have the Blue Boys. There's so many options on this team that you can also combine with Beast Gohan's leader skill, and it just makes it dumb. But if we just look at the overall quality of the best units in the game, 6 of the 10 best units are on this team, and it's almost all like, here's the problem, right? When I was talking about this earlier, accessibility. Dokkan Fest LR, Carnival LR, Dokkan Fest LR, Dokkan Fest LR, Carnival LR, Carnival LR, Dokkan Fest LR, Dokkan Fest LR. I already mentioned him, but Dokkan Fest LR, Dokkan Fest LR, 2 more Dokkan Fest LRs, another one, a Gold Coin LR, Dokkan Fest LRs. Like there's so many Dokkan Fest LRs and Carnival LRs on this team where it is going to be very hard to run this team at its max potential. But even if you don't have all those, you can still mix and match, right? The Gamma TURs, Blue Kaioken Goku for more of a Reps of U7 based setup. Ultimate Gohan can kind of shoe in somewhere. It's just, this team has so many options, and really any Dragon Ball Super buff, if it's a super class, it's going on this team. So it's like, you think about like it's going to be a while at this point now that we just got a new Gogeta, but like maybe a standalone blue Gogeta, any standalone blue Vegetos, any new forms of UI Goku, any new Vegetas from Dragon Ball Super, any Trunks is from Dragon Ball Super, right? All of these units are just going to fit on here, and it's going to be beautiful because that is just how this team is working. And right now, though, unfortunately, with the lens of the game, it's superheroes, colossal gap, and then 2. But you know, it is what it is. I think this video is kind of just a good showing. Let's kind of recap the list a bit. This is kind of tough to rank all the teams below Superhero, but I think I like how this is going. So I think, how many teams did I do in this video? We did 8. So at 8, I've got Future Saga. At 7, I have Power Beyond Super Saiyan. At 6, I have Powerful Comeback. At 5, Battle of Fate. 4, Bond of Parent Child. 3, Earthbred Fighters. 2, Movie Heroes. And 1, Superheroes. So let me know down below what you guys think of the category tier list that we have made here today. Don't forget to leave a like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you are new, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of my Dokkan Battle content. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.